Hey y'all, this is Susan. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. If you've been here before, I invite you to give me a thumbs up and comment, interact, so I know y'all are seeing these videos. If you have not been here before, welcome. This is a channel where I do journaling and planning on a budget, and we will eventually get into some discussion about how journaling and planning can help with ADD and ADHD and with your mental health, but that's for another day because I don't have it in me to do that today. I apologize, but it will be coming, and I would love to hear what y'all think about that. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks Mega. I use this to track my steps and my weight and my food intake, and I like each month to have a theme or a color or something. You see, October I used the little funny cats. On this page I didn't use any washi, I just decorated with purples. Over here were the cats. September was the green, and I used the pretty ladies. Well, I was trying to decide what color to use for November, and I realized that in my pen cup here I have like one of each color pen, but then I have two blues, and decided that I needed to use up a blue pen, so we're going to do blue this month. That makes sense. These washi tapes are from Temu. Most of their tapes are sold in packs of like 6 or 10 and go up to packs of 40 rolls. I usually get the small packs of about 6 or 10 rolls, and I don't pay more than $3 for that, just because I don't see the need to pay more than that. You can also pick up washi tape at Dollar Tree for $1.25 a roll. It is a bigger roll than this, and it's usually a wider tape, or they might have a 3-pack. If you want to spend a little more on it, you can always find it at Marshall's, not Marshall's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's with their scrapbooking things. But you can get it so much cheaper on Temu. I have not ordered from Shein. I've heard that they've got good prices there, and AliExpress. I haven't looked at those. But these are the two colors I'm using today for the month of November, so I can use my blue pen. I know that sounds silly, but that's why I'm doing it. These pens I felt like coordinated with this tape. I tried them out over here and feel like they work well with this tape. So I'm gonna start off. They were also from Temu, and they sell a set of 8 or 10, and they're different like color families, and they're just a couple of dollars for 8 or 10 of them. I mean, they're not the greatest pens in the world. They don't have a lot of ink. They're very skinny, but it's a good way to get some different colors without paying a lot of money for them. So we're gonna start off just putting the tape on. And I think I'm going to do tape at the top and the bottom of each page. If I can find the end of the tape, that would help. That would help. We're going to do tape at the top and the bottom. I wish more planners had a divider between months, because November starts over here and October ends here. Well, for October I had the cats. And it's kind of like, I don't want to put something different down here, because that wouldn't go. It wouldn't go. Anyway, we're going to put this washi down. And I don't stress about the fact that this is a little bit narrow and doesn't totally cover this quote. I just find the quotes distracting from me. You might like them, but they are distracting for me. And I don't usually put notes or anything on this page. I just record my steps and exercise and weight and food. And I'm not extremely obsessive compulsive about it. I miss a lot of days. In fact, this past week I was having trouble with my back, so I didn't write anything here And you can tell the days when I walk the neighborhood and the days that I don't, or I'm just inside. These are inside days. These are walking days. And I put my exercises here. Then I just write a little bit about how I'm feeling. Oops. Oh wait, I did want to come here. So we're gonna put the tape on, and then I'm gonna use the colored pens and decorate up, split up the pages a little bit for my numbers. Just call them numbers. I do not go to any kind of a club to work out. I don't do weights, at least not now, not yet. I do things with my own body weight, like wall push-ups and plies. If you ever took ballet, you know about plies. I do plies and squats, attempt to do squats. My form is not very good, and I think that's what happened to my back. I think I strained a muscle or something like that because my form is not right. And then I lay on a mat and I do some side leg lifts and front leg lifts and what I call a reverse crunch. I don't know what else you would call it, but I call it a reverse crunch. And then do some butterflies like we used to do in ballet, just because flexibility is important. Flexibility is important at any age. It's always important. I think lots of injuries happen because people are not flexible. It doesn't matter how big your muscles are if they're all tight and short and you can't bend over and touch your toes. I like this. These are pretty colors. So the way I've been doing this is dividing this page into 3 and then writing a little sentence or 2 about how I feel over here. I think that because this had lines, so it was easy to divide it into 3. I think I'm going to leave this for the journal side and use this, divide this into 4 for my weight, food, exercise, and steps. I think I may do that. I think that's what I'll do. Anyway, I like these colors. I think they're really good for fall. But you see, I'm getting ready to run out of November, and I don't want December. I have a plan for December, and it's not to use these colors. So I don't know how that's going to happen. But I do wish, I think every planner, I would love to see every planner have a divider between months. That would be cool. But they don't. I'll have to invent one of my own. Not gonna happen. Not interested. Not the least bit interested. I can't even use a rings planner because it's too much freedom and I can't figure out what to put where. Like it's a lot of pressure to me. So yeah, I will never, you won't see me designing a planner. I can't even use a rings planner because it's too much pressure. Too much pressure. It gives me a headache, and that's supposed to not be what this is for. This is supposed to help me relax, and it does. And if I'm having a day where I sit down and I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed with my books, I'll stop. It's not that important. I'll stop and get up and do something physical. Because this is supposed to be a relaxing, pleasant time for me, not a stressful time for me. I think the way to solve this problem is to put this washi over the line here and kind of center it over this line. And then I can put my December at the bottom. I'm gonna put this one over here. So I'll separate my November and December like that. That will work. That way I can put December down here. I don't know why I never thought about this before, but I'm glad I thought about it this time. And y'all, the Hobonichi Weeks, you can find them. There's a Hobonichi website. Jet Pens also sells them. I think some bookstores may carry them. And if you feel like it's expensive, look at some resale. Look on eBay, look on Amazon. This one came from Poshmark, and because it was in March, I think, that I got it. I mean, it was a January start, but I got it in March, I believe. I think, yeah, I got it the first week of March. I paid less than half the retail price for it. It was very cheap. And sellers on Poshmark will negotiate with you too, so that's always good. Now let's see if we can divide this up. I don't know how many squares. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's 5. What we're gonna do, 5 here for the weight, because I don't need a lot of room for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The little pencil board is an inexpensive one that I got from Temu. It was under $2. Because y'all, I don't spend more than $2 for hardly anything on there. And this will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 for my food log and my exercises, because they take a little more room. So I want to use this one on here. I'm going to count over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like these grids because it makes it easy for me to separate things. I don't have to do much math, and I can just lay my board. That's the cat, Lovebug. She likes to help me when I'm at my desk. I think when she hears me talking, she thinks I'm talking to her. See if I can get her to sit in my lap. Probably not. Nope, not sitting in the lap. Not getting on the desk. No, ma'am. You can sit there, or you can go sit someplace else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I did something different. That's okay though. We're not going to worry about it. It's not a big deal. This is relaxing. Remember, whichever column ends up being wider is where I will put my exercises, because it takes a lot to list them. Oh, I forgot to do that page, huh? I mean the crossways lines. That's okay. Now we're going to use this orangey color over here. And now I know that the 5 line is, the 5 line is before that heavier solid line. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We'll do 6 here, and then 7 for the last one. That's how we'll do that. And as long as I'm consistent each day for a week, I don't worry about the columns being the exact same thing on every page, because that's just not. Do I want this brown? So it might be different each week of the month. It might be set up a little bit different, and I'm not going to worry about that. I just know that I would rather have my numbers on these page with the grid, because if I write on these, I try to stay in the little squares, and that's really tiny writing. I'll have more freedom over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these days that have the calendar through the middle of them, I will just make adjustments. Not a big deal. I'm gonna get on here and do this. I hope my head's not in the way. I don't think it is. We'll get on here and do this. I'm not perfect. You see my little tail. I'm not perfect with my lines. My old drafting teacher would have a fit if he saw how I do this, but you know what? This is for my enjoyment and my organization purposes. I'm not getting paid for it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just for me. And I would not do this again. I saw those and got them, and I like them, but they do take up a lot of your page. I don't like that about it. I probably would not do that again. And this book is so, the pages are so lightweight and everything. It's easy to tell where a month ends and begins. You know, it's really not that difficult to find things. They have there's a color code. Well, you can't see it because I'm kind of, so if you look at it from the side, you can see the months. If you look at it right here, ignore all my stickers. If you look right here, you can see how the months change with that gray. So the little tabs are not that big of a deal, and you do have monthlies at the front where you can see the entire month, so it's not like you're missing that if you don't put these little tabs on. I like them in a bigger planner, but I don't like them for this. Now that's weird. We're not going to worry about it though. We're not going to worry about it. This is supposed to be fun, not create stress. And so we're not going to create stress. And then I'll use my royal blue little big pen to write each day, because I gotta get even. I have 2 royal blue ones open. I've got to even out things. I don't know why that didn't show up. We're gonna try to make this little line here. There we go. And I really could even go smaller with these 2 for the numbers, because I could do my weight going this way and then my steps going that way, and then have more room, but I think this is gonna work. Oh look, when I made those up and down lines, it picked up some ink from that page. Guess what? We're not gonna worry about it. We are not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Because that's what this is about. It should be fun. If this isn't fun for you, you should not be doing it. Really. Life is too short to be doing anything that makes you miserable and stressed out. And like I said earlier, there have been times when I walked away from it because I felt overwhelmed. And that's not the way you should feel about this kind of stuff. It should be, well, it might not be fun, but I think it's fun and it's functional, which is what's most important for me. And it's therapeutic too. I have a cover that is not personal size. What size is it? Maybe it is personal size. I'll have to look and see. And I cut down composition books to put in that to be my journal. And I like it because it's not huge. I've got plenty of room to write. Nothing is dated, so I date it myself as I go. And it'll slip down in my purse for me to take it with me if I'm going out of town. I can take it with me and I can write about what I'm doing or who I see or whatever. And so you know I'm using $1.25 composition books. I'm not paying more than that. And if you can catch them after in the back to school sales, you can get them for $1 at Walmart, or you might find them 2 for $1 on a clearance aisle sometimes. So these lines I don't need. That just came from that transfer, but we're not going to worry about it. Oh, and those transferred too. Guess what? Those transferred too. I don't think they'll erase, but we're just not going to worry about it. We're going to pretend like we don't even see those lines, and we're going to make the lines that we need to have. And then when we journal, we'll just write over those lines and pretend like we never even saw them. This color's pretty, I think. I think it's a pretty color. My math wasn't perfect, and that's okay too. Every week can be different. It doesn't have to be the same. And before I started using washi tape and stickers, I had a set, the big crystal 1.6 millimeter pens. It's a set of 10 colors for like $1.44. I would use those and make dashes and polka dots and things like that before I had any other colors of things to use. You can use colored pencils from the Dollar Tree, colored markers. I don't use crayon because you can't write over it because of it being wax. And I haven't really tried to write over colored pencil. I think you would probably have the same kind of problem with that. But like a Crayola marker, when it's dry, you can write over it with a pen. And those you can get inexpensive. Check Amazon and Walmart. Check that Walmart clearance aisle, because even though it's something people use all year long, after school starts, they tend to mark them down. The ones that came in before school get reduced. So go over to the clearance aisle. Don't just focus on the office and school supply aisle. I like this. This is pretty. Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is so early this year. I don't know what we're doing. I bet I do know. I bet we're having steak. I bet we're staying at home and eating steak, because I know we're going out of town for Christmas. So I bet Thanksgiving we're going to stay home and eat steak, because it's the everyday meal. Like every single day meal is what Shannon eats. I might rather have some fried eggs or make some deviled eggs. And I do think I've been seeing a bunch of keto dessert type recipes, and I do think I might experiment with something like that. Not for a pumpkin pie, but just so we have, because I'm not doing all that, but just so we have something a little bit different, like a bread or dessert type thing. There's a bread they make with cottage cheese. Have y'all seen that? I might have to figure out about that, because oh my gosh, with some butter spread on it and a good steak, that would be delicious. We don't do any kind of vegetables. It's not because we don't like them. We do like them, but carnivore is beef, bacon, eggs, and butter pretty much. I could do some bacon wrapped beef. Make it fancy bacon wrapped beef. Okay, so I wish I could erase that, but I don't think it's going to erase. Let me see something. I have an eraser in here, but I don't think that's going to erase. It might. no, I'm not gonna do that. And I don't want to use liquid paper on it or anything. Oh, look, it's getting lighter. It might erase. So I won't keep y'all on camera while I'm doing that, but it does look like I can erase it some. And I think that's more to do with the pen, with the paper, than it is the pen, because this paper is real smooth. Okay, look, I can lighten that up. I'm not gonna worry about getting it all erased. But so that's my November. And y'all, if the only thing I had was a book, and you could do this in a composition book even. You can do it in a big composition book. You can cut a composition book down. Let me see something here. Let me see if I can find an example of a 2-page spread. Okay. Look. This is kind of where I do my rough draft planning stuff. Brain dump is here. The 7 days of the week here. And I could just write things down there. I want to separate my steps. I could do steps, weight, a couple of lines for food, a couple of lines for exercises. Or you can cut it down to a smaller size, like this book is, and divide it up how you want to. This was just a plain old composition book, and I cut it down smaller using a metal ruler and a kitchen knife. I cut it down smaller, but you could easily divide it into 4s and do the same thing. So you could, $1.25 for composition book. These are Dollar Tree pens. I don't know if they were I've got 3 of them. I don't know if they were 3 to a pack or what. A $1.25 ruler, and a roll of $1.25 washi tape, and you can decorate a whole month for, what was that, $2.50, $3.75. I didn't use any glue or anything like that. I didn't use anything fancy on there. But the mental health benefits of it, to me, outweigh the cost. I don't know if it's the ADD or what, but there is a satisfaction at the end of the day when I can look at this and know that I've gotten everything done. When all my blocks are filled out, that's an exciting thing for me. I get really excited when all my blocks are filled out. Or like when I look at this, I just started writing in here on, I believe the 10th, October 10th maybe. October 10th, I put some stickers in it. This is some watercolor I did when I was making decorations for October. But I'm not even a quarter of the way through. That was from the 10th to the 26th. If I have to use 6 of these a year to do my journaling, it's okay, because that's still 6, 7, 8, $8.50. I think that's right. Yeah, $8.50 for the year. That's very inexpensive, and you don't have to have any kind of a fancy cover. You can do this. I'll even show y'all, like I have these little pockets. I'll even show y'all on another one how we can use scrapbook paper and make pockets inside these. If you feel like you need pockets, we'll work out a way to make pockets inside of them. So it does not have to be expensive, and it definitely is worth it for my mental health and how good I feel at the end of the day. And you know what? If I have a week that looks like this, like that one, I didn't put a weight here, I didn't put a weight there, I didn't walk, I don't think I did my exercises, I didn't weigh, my back was hurt, I didn't walk or do exercises. I just don't put anything the rest of the week because it's okay. I shouldn't weigh every day anyway. I really shouldn't. That's not productive, and it can be depressing. So, and I know that my body is changing since I've been doing muscle building, or I don't know what you call it. Anyway, my weight's not changing, but my clothes are changing. Anyway, so that's just how I did October. This is how I did November. It does not have to be an expensive thing. It's so inexpensive, and I think doing the fitness and food log and everything is really good because you can see your progress. You can see what you did, how many steps you walked in a week, how many days you ate within your eating guidelines or went outside of those guidelines, and how it affected things, how it affected how you feel. I can tell when I wake up in the morning and write in here, the way I feel is affected by whether or not I walked the day before. That sounds crazy, but it is. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. I think tomorrow we may be writing, let's see, we may be writing December affirmations in my desk planner. I don't want to start decorating that too soon. Or maybe we'll do something like practice making some pockets. If I can find some scrapbook paper, I can practice making some pockets in a composition book so y'all can see how easy that really is. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the video, or give me a thumbs up or give me a comment, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.